Welcome to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how to make a vegan rainbow cake. My channel is called Lily and Peony. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. The full ingredients list is in the description box below. Let's start with mixing the dry ingredients together. Mix the baking powder and salt into the sifted flour. In a large bowl or mixer, start with creaming some vegan margarine with sugar. After mixing for 30 seconds, add in the egg replacer, half at a time. Next, add in the vanilla extract. I mix this for another minute. Once the mixture is creamed together, add in the sifted flour and non-dairy milk. Mix this on low for 30 to 60 seconds until just combined. It's very important not to overmix this part. I then split the batter into 5 equal portions and color them in the colors of the rainbow. The pans I'm using are from Wilton and they're 6 inches wide. For the vegan buttercream, mix the vegetable shortening and vegan margarine in the mixer. When the mixture is light and fluffy, add in the sifted confectioner's sugar. Mix and then add in the vanilla extract and non-dairy milk. The buttercream is ready when it has a consistency similar to what I'm showing you here. Now let's assemble the cake. Start with putting a dollop of buttercream on the cake board. This will help stop the cake from moving around. I'm using an 8-inch board and my cakes are 6 inches. I start with the purple color on my bottom layer and buttercream on top. Next is the green. Then yellow. Be sure to add enough buttercream between each layer. That helps keep the cake moist and the cake super tasty. The next layer I used is orange. And the final layer is red. I flipped the final layer upside down so that I can have a very flat surface on the top of the cake. Once the cake is stacked, apply a good amount of buttercream around the cake to seal in the crumbs. This is the first layer called crumb coat. Use soft long strokes with a scraper to achieve an even coat. First, around the cake. Then very gently scrape off any excess on top. Chill the cake in the freezer for an hour. After I get the cake out of the freezer, I work on the next coat. Apply a generous amount of buttercream around and on top of the cake. Do not worry about over buttercreaming, as you will soon scrape off any excess. Again, it's best to use a scraper with as long a stroke as you can possibly do in one go. I personally don't like my cakes with too much buttercream, so with this cake you can see some of the layers are peeking through. But if you want, feel free to add more buttercream to your heart's desire. Once I'm happy with the sides, I take off whatever is sticking out on top very gently. As a final step, I really like to wash my scraper. Dry it with a paper towel and use it on the cake again to achieve really smooth results. Next step is the decoration. I'm using a Wilton brand star tip here and making little dollop stars. I work my way around the edge of the cake. I decided I wanted little stars to be right next to each other and continued until I was happy. After that, I add a small amount of buttercream around the exposed edge of my cake board. I want to make sure that the side is part of my decoration. I use a scraper to scrape off any excess. Then I use the cake scraps from each of my cake layer, crumble them together and sprinkle on top of the cake. I also sprinkle some around the cake. The buttercream I laid out on the edge earlier will help this stick. I use my finger to nudge the cake crumble into the buttercream to make sure the crumble stays in place. And the cake is ready. Thank you so much for watching.